Hey Sag, welcome to Scorpio season, November 2024. We are a season away from your season, Sag. I hope you are using this time wisely, filling up on all of the transformative energy that this season is about. There is some massive astrology taking place in November. Before we get into anything, should we have a really yummy deep breath? Let's go, 1, 2, 3. All right, let all of it go. Sag, book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. Become a member here, help support the channel grow. The 1st of November is this new moon in the sign of Scorpio, and it's needless to say, let the mystery and the magic of this particular new beginning commence. Mercury enters your sign on the 2nd of November, and for you this is going to feel like that lithium battery, that Mercury battery that's just been put up your backside. That's just going to be so energetic, and it's going to make you want to, like a little bunny, get everything done in all of the different directions and make sure everything is in place. This is fantastic energy for you because this is like free-flowing speech, free-flowing movement, communication, sales, trades. It's all banging on point, and it's not fiery. Do you know what I mean? So this gives you an opportunity to be with that fiery dynamic as well as the electricity of Mercury. Do you know what I mean? You're just moving at 1,000 miles a minute, and I think you'd like it. Mars on the 3rd is moving into fixed fire sign Leo, and that's that extra like fiery incentive to want to really be the star of the show and get things done with a certain kind of finesse, style, and pizzazz. On the 11th, Venus enters the sign of Capricorn, and love gets really pragmatic. It's about the realistic side of life. Is this union going to work for me? And if it's not, how do I get rid of it as quick as possible? La Savage style. On the 12th, Saturn goes direct in the sign of Pisces. And this is us taking our artistic qualities and finding ways to monetize them and to get really responsible and try and do what we can with that quirky, artistic, unique individual side of us. There is a full moon in the sign of Taurus on the 15th, and this is about the pleasure. It's about indulgence. It's about having that yummy, delicious meal, going on that hot, sexy date, buying those beautiful shoes. On the 19th, this is the beginning of a brand new era. Pluto enters the sign of Aquarius for the next 20 years. And it is absolutely a new vision for the world, the dawn of a new age, right? And we are entering this age of outside of the box rebellion, where we'll finally be witnessing certain systems and certain empires fall. The sun enters your sign on the 21st for the next 4 weeks, and Mercury retrograde begins on the 25th of November up until the 15th of December. We end the month of November in this new moon in your sign on the 30th. And this new moon for you, this month of November, this reading in particular, is all about the run up to that new moon in your sign Sagittarius, where I feel like there is some transformative work that needs to take place, not only in your communication style, but how serious you are about relationships, how serious you are about turning your quirks into monetized streams of revenue, how serious you are about your pleasure and taking that seriously, and how serious you are about this rebellion that you know that you've needed for the longest time. Mercury going retrograde in your sign Sagittarius is where you are going to have to get still for long enough to know that there are things that need revising in the plan. And so before we move forward with 2025, this new moon is your contract that you need to put down in writing with the universe as to where you're taking this. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That is the Ten of Wands. That is the High Priestess. That is the Three of Pentacles. And that is the Seven of Wands. Okay. Sag, November brings the end of a rather problematic, burdensome, difficult cycle where you just seem to be carrying the weight of the world without any idea as to when it would end. And I think it's safe to say that the time to drop the wands, the light near the end of the tunnel, like it's almost time now for you to get very much around the idea in your mind of having to drop these burdens in particular, per se, whatever they are in your life. It's about time that you kind of drop all of that stress, all of those burdens, all of that excessive stuff that you've been carrying. Now, this in itself is a process, and I think being sandwiched between these two full moons is these two new moons. It's just saying exactly that. Where is it that you know that it is time to now disembark? Where is it now that you know that it is time to let off the load? Where is it now that you know that it is time to drop the burdens? What does it take to get yourself mind prepared, get your mind prepared in order to be able to say, right, okay, I've been carrying this shit for the longest time. I'm now dropping it. And then you decide, and then you move forward. The High Priest is saying, you have the experience, you have the knowledge, you have the know-how. This is you referring back to your life education, your experiences that have led you to this place. Accumulating all of these ones have made you this High Priestess. You are someone with sought after information. You are someone who can read between the lines. You are somebody who sees things that a lot of other people can see. The Three of Pentacles is saying, listen, your part within something, Seven of Wands, may have been gaslit or compromised by other people's reactions towards the thing that you were doing. Now, sometimes in life, it's really fucking tragic. It's really sad how people can act like rot, like wood mites, and they can literally ruin something so beautiful. And more often than not, it's always for someone else. And more often than not, it's out of fucking sheer jealousy and nothing else. So I'm saying to you, Sagittarius, there is somewhere where your part in something that was specifically designated for you, something that was yours. It's your part in it. It's the part that you played in it that made it that thing. You were the niche. You are the niche. And somehow that may have got caught up in other people's plots of sabotage. Now, this is saying to me, you need to look at this situation not as a loss. Because all of these burdens that you've been carrying for the longest time, Temperance card, don't you just love it when synchronicities work like this? This is how I know I'm talking to you, Sag. Pay attention to me. All of these responsibilities, all of this burdensome shit, the end is in sight. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. Home is in the not so far distance, right? You get to drop all of this heavy shit. And in the process of that, not only did you become hella strong, but the experience is priceless. It's your part within something that may have been compromised or tampered or played with because of other people's insecurities, cheating, negative, jealous, low vibrational, energetic, vampiric, shitty ways. But you know what, Sag? Life is so beautiful because this is saying, right? And it's from the Quran, and it says, they plan, but God is the best of planners. Now, for me, my personal experience, I think God is hilarious. He's got the best sense of humor because somehow all of this shit that was designated to keep you occupied with all of these burdens, all of the things that went wrong in your life because of other people's negative contribution only led you to this point. Temperance. Well done, alchemist. I want to congratulate you for the level up that's taking place in November. Perfect timing as well, just before your new moon and just before your season. There's a lot of power to be taken from this, Sag. There is a lot that you can derive from this. There is a lot that you can see. Is the only point, let me talk about this. The only point in all of this is that, Sag, there is this season, right? There is this moment, this season where you're going to have to stop everything. And this season is so mystical. It's fixed water. It's like you have to deal with these emotions. You're being brought back to yourself in your power, in this dynamic alchemist from, you know, the ability to change things from one state to the next rapidly, like magic. This resourcefulness. You're being revived in this month where we're sandwiched between these new moons. November, Page of Cups. I feel as if the emotional support that you may have felt like was lacking, I feel like you're going to be offered something that feels a lot like emotional help. And I want to say to you, with everything that becomes illuminated to you this month, and I do think it is a month of coming back to the self. 8 of Pentacles. You're going to have to take this power that you've awoken in yourself, this alchemist ability to change from one state to the next, remaining in the flow, remaining crown chakra lit, meaning that you're spending a lot of times in the angelic realms, because the moon is illuminating messages for you that you are being offered perhaps even some sort of job offer, which really allows you to specialize in whatever your thing is and create a whole load of wealth for you. The only thing about this is you're going to have to get in that zone, and November is going to be about you being in the zone, Sag, because this zone is going to be help appearing quickly. This is going to be the emotional support available as and when you need it. It's going to be the opportunity that you get to see all of those fuckers that were standing in your way, holding you up, holding your plans up. It's time that you see that the end is in sight. You get to drop this burdensome, problematic shit. The education that you need is the experiences that you have learned. It's your part within this, and you're now showing up so much more in your power, so much more in your strength, so much more aware of all of the things that were hidden. The answers are here, Sag. Get in the zone. That's it. That's what this new moon is all about. This sandwich of new moons. It's about you getting back in your power and making those alchemist changes that require you being in between realms, that requires you being able to change states, that requires you to turn dust into diamonds. Sag, all donations made to the channel are so greatly appreciated. Book your reading at rubyreadstarot.com. Leave the video a thumbs up if you want. Hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading.